Hi guys, it's Linda Lewis Jacquez, also known as Lovelyn J. And in honor of Mother's Day, I decided to grab these beautiful moms to discuss all things motherhood. I'll start by allowing everyone to introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Claudia. I'm a mommy of a 2-year-old girl by the name of Lauren.
Hi, my name is Joanna. I have 2 kids, a boy and a girl.
Hi, my name is Natalie, and I'm a mother of 1. She's 2 going on 21.
Hey, my name is Gerthy, and I'm a mother of 3 boys.
So I've actually had the pleasure of knowing most of these moms before they became mothers, and I can tell you that our lives have completely changed. Mm-hmm. So what was your first initial reactions when you found out that you were going to be moms?
Well,
Which one of us?
let me tell y'all, I took about 8 pregnancy tests, okay? B said, so I peed on 1, and then my best friend was like, "You're pregnant," and I was like, "No, impossible." So I go back to Walgreens, and this time I got the clear blue brand, because I'm like, this about to talk to me. It's gonna tell me not pregnant or pregnant. Woo! I peed on 2 more. That thing said pregnant. My heart dropped to my ass. Okay, I never been so shook in my life. This says it.
What was your first initial reaction when you found out that you were going to be a mom?
I didn't believe it. I was just like, no.
How old were you when you found out?
I was turning 21. I remember I went on a trip with my friends, and I started eating regular mustard instead of honey mustard. And my best friend's like, "Hold on, what's going on here? You want a burger with mustard, regular mustard, not honey mustard?" I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I remember going back, we drove, where we went? We went to, it was my birthday. Where did we go? Went to, damn, I don't remember. But whatever, when we got back, I took the test, and I was like, girl, I'm pregnant. And I just womaned up. I was 21 years old. I was just like, I just got to do what I got to do.
Right. What about you, Gert?
We get it. Let me tell y'all a little something about me. Well, first of all, I found out when I was 15.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was pregnant at 15. Kids don't pizza.
I forgot about that.
And just like that, I had to take about 8 pregnancy tests. Because I didn't want to believe it. Although, I was so far into pregnancy, the results was coming back like this.
Yeah.
It didn't take a minute. It took 5 seconds. As soon as I peed on it, being pregnant again and again and again. So, after that, for me, I was like, you know what? I'm Haitian, and my fiance is American. This is going to be very interesting for him or whatever. So I was like, let me go ahead and let him know first and kind of go from there. So I let him know, and he was like, he's willing to help me out when it's time to tell my parents or whatever. Woo! Told my parents, and first of all, they hit me with, we had a feeling because we had a dream.
Oh, God.
They always dream.
Yeah, they had a feeling because they had a dream. But they were just ready to, meet his parents and kind of go from there. But that's, it wasn't that easy or whatever. But my mom, she fainted.
Oh.
No, she didn't.
My dad, he was my dad, he was in so much shock. He was just I feel like they had to think about the fact that, okay, 1, I had intercourse.
Yeah.
At the age of 15. 2, I'm pregnant. 3, it's not within their culture. You know what I mean? So, my BD is American. So, they were just looking at, so many different things or whatever. But it was a challenge.
Yeah.
We made it through.
We got through it.
We got through.
Right. What about you, Claudia?
Wow.
Med.
When I first found out I was pregnant, I just finished working a shift at night. Mind you, I'm working in the NICU, so I'm dealing with babies already. So that was literally my birth control, dealing with other people's babies. I remember just getting home. I had a sense that I didn't feel right. Because I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, so my periods are already irregular.
Off, yeah.
So, but I felt like my boobs was big. Something didn't feel right. So I went and got the expensive one, the clear blue. I was like, I'm not wasting no chance. I need digital. So I peed on a stick, and I'm like, probably not gonna say positive, pregnant or whatever. So I'm making my breakfast, and I go back, and that thing says pregnant.
Oh.
I was like, damn, man, here I am. I moved to Orlando, finished my associates. I'm up here for college and I get pregnant.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, these Haitians gonna be like, oh, so they're all giving out. So like at this point, I'm seriously thinking my life is over. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna finish school. I'm gonna provide for this child. Like immediately, like my mind go on 100.
Yeah.
Like on 100. But then I felt like when I said it went on 100, like I was numb. I was numb for a good 2 weeks.
Wow.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, a good 2 weeks.
Okay. I mean, for me, if you don't know, or if you guys don't know, sorry, I have 3 kids. I think if you guys can agree, the one that have more than 1 kids, with each child, the reaction is different. I was 21 when I had my first one, so I had a panic attack right then and there. I was driving back from the appointment to confirm that I was pregnant, and I had to get out of the car because I was having a panic attack. But I mean, I'm 21. I'm in a relationship. Why do you think that we was just so unexpected of it? Or because I mean, we're of age.
We were young. We didn't fully live out our 20s like we wanted to. Like,
Maybe it's because it was out of wedlock.
But what about the ones that
To
are
me,
24,
I was
25?
24, I was
Yeah.
21, 25. This was not planned.
Mine's neither.
It was not in.
Mine's neither.
Listen, I had my 5-year plan, and honey, she was not there.
Exactly.
She was not there.
Compared to the friends that we have that don't have
That's
kids,
true.
it's like we didn't get to live out our 20s the best we could have.
What
Yeah.
happened to me? I ain't do nothing anyways.
Well, I mean, for me, I felt like I was at my prime. I
Yeah.
was just figuring life out. I was on my own, living by myself, working, going to school.
Oh,
So
the whole
I was doing
right.
my thing. So if anything, I felt like, wow, like when I just got
why now?
control of my life and who I am, my identity.
Yeah.
Okay, now I gotta be mom.
Right.
So that's what was surprising for me. That caught me by shock. That was that. And again, it was not planned.
Yeah.
It's different, you know. You had the whole the fairy tale. No, honey, it was not there. It's not there for me.
Okay, so if this is too much of a personal question, you don't have to answer it. But did any of you guys contemplate aborting the pregnancy since it was so unexpected for each one of us?
I didn't.
No?
I didn't know how I was about to be a mom, but I knew I wasn't about to get an abortion.
I was too excited to see how.
Mim.
I already told them Haitians that was a wrap.
That's so true.
I thought about it because I was like, yo, like, for one,
15.
my parents don't even know me get boyfriend. You gotta understand, like, everything was hitting them all at once.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And
That's crazy.
when I tell you those oh my goodness.
They go hard.
So I'm like, yo, like, I don't even know if we're gonna be together forever for real.
Yeah.
Like, this is all knocking me out, like, at once. So I'm like, man, like, if I have an abortion now, like, everything would be great. I'll be able to continue school, no problem. I was still in high school, y'all. I was, a sophomore? Or whatever.
15, yeah.
And I was like, if I get it done now, although I don't believe in it, but right now, listen, this is my situation, and it hit different.
Right.
Or whatever. But after talking to him, I seen like how like he was just so he was like, listen, like I want a family with you and this. That's kind of what helped me say, you know
Get
what?
through it, yeah.
I'm gonna just thug it out or whatever. We're gonna do this or whatnot. But man, it was many times throughout the process I was like questioning it, like, do I really want to continue?
Right.
Like, do I really see myself doing this right now? This is challenging. Just the thought of it or whatever. We're not even like halfway through the pregnancy yet. So, yeah, long story short, I ended up keeping it, obviously.
Right.
But it was a lot. And my parents didn't make it no better. All I could think about is, damn, like how much of a disappointment I am.
Same.
They make you feel like you're
Yeah.
a disappointment after you have a child out of wedlock.
Right.
Those shit old.
That's true.
And then the baby get here.
They love the baby
Baby
so
get here.
much.
Oh, yeah, I'm mad.
They don't care how you feel.
Yeah, they
No,
don't.
I can't agree. My mom was supportive from day one. Like my mom is
My mom
really
was too.
what glued me. Like I never got no negativity
You
about
gotta think
anything.
about
Like
it.
my mom was like, listen, the only negative thing my mom said was, I wish you was done with school first. But after that, when I tell you Josie rode with your girl, she literally rode throughout the whole pregnancy. Like she's like my biggest support system.
Yeah.
Like not 1 ounce of negativity.
That was the same thing for my mom. Although I know she was most likely thinking it because it was out of wedlock. But to not make it a stressful situation for me, she never said anything negative in front of me and made it the easiest pregnancy for me. But after, it was different. But during the pregnancy, she helped so much. But yeah.
My dad made that clear. I said, "Petit, tu pas marié." Period.
None of that.
Really?
Mm-mm. My mom she was like, I know. I already know. So it is what it is.
Okay. So what are some lessons that you learned from your upbringing that has came with you into motherhood? Some things that your parents used to probably do with you, or something that you experienced as a child growing up that you see that you've taken with you into motherhood?
I would say the feel, like when the babies have the hiccups, like
Oh,
little
okay.
stuff
Like
that.
the myths and all that?
Yeah, the myths, definitely. Because there's certain things that we do as like Haitians
Yeah.
that Americans don't do.
Yeah, like giving the baby tea.
Right.
That too.
Your baba tea when you're there, no?
Some of them babies never had water.
Not only that, feeding them real food.
Yeah.
Yes, that's vital.
That's
There's-
true.
Yes.
There's no chicken nuggets in fried chicken.
Yeah.
No chicken nuggets in fried. We're eating salmon. We're gonna have some legume.
Girl, squat in a bottle.
That's what I thought you were talking about. It was
Exactly.
weird.
We blending that thing up.
Yep.
3
Okay,
months.
bouillon blended up.
Oh,
But
my
not only
goodness.
that, like over time, like I start to notice that, sometimes I act just like my mom.
Same.
And
Yeah.
I was just like
Me
before,
too.
like I'll be like, dang, I can't stand when my mom act like this.
Yes.
But I do the same thing with my kids. Like if my son fall, I'm like, wait, miss me. I'm already like on go, like you good.
Yeah.
But and my mom used to always be like that with all of her kids, and we used to be like, mommy, chill, like we got this, we good, we okay. But I notice I'm always on edge with them, so.
Yeah. Okay. So along with being mothers, some of us are also partners, entrepreneurs, students, career women. How do you guys balance all of those roles along with being a mom?
I make time.
Yeah.
Like, I know I have to get up in the morning, get her ready for school, then get me ready for work, and then go to work, and then get off of work, go pick her up, make sure I fit the gym in somehow.
Yeah.
So, therefore, I got her a little gym membership, too. So, when I'm in the gym, she's in the gym. I ain't worried about she's at somebody's house, so I got to go pick her up. So, when we leave from the gym, I got to go home, cook her dinner, fix me dinner, and then get ready for bed, do it again the next day.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot.
It sounds like a lot, but if you want something, you're going to
Get
make it work.
Yeah.
That's definitely right. At some point, I lost sight of myself because I felt like it was so much that I had to do. So much that I had to do. And in my mind, basically, I listed it like, okay, this is a priority, this is a priority, this. Like, anything for my kids is a priority.
Yeah.
So I need to knock all that out the way before I can get to myself.
Yeah.
To anything that has to do with myself or whatever. And when I tell you I was so stressed out, so stressed out, I'm talking about, I went from feeling like I'm all by myself, feeling like I don't have nobody, although there is people here to support me. And it reminds you, I am independent as hell.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know
like to
another
count on
history.
nobody at all, because I hate, to count on somebody and then
Get it thrown in your face. Yeah.
exactly. So that was also a challenge, having to ask people, like literally the idea of opening my mouth and saying, "Can you help me?"
Yeah.
hurts. You know what I mean? So yeah, I kind of had to get through that or whatnot. And like Nat said, you just have to make time. It has to be a priority for you.
Yeah.
Taking care of yourself, it has to be important, because if it is, then you're gonna like go at it even harder. You know what I mean?
I like to go on, I ain't gonna lie, go on YouTube
Yeah.
and try to learn how to balance it out. My mom is no help. She just loves to talk shit. But she is help. But she
Right.
loves to talk. But
You're so annoying.
honestly, I just really just talk to myself. You just have to tell yourself, like, listen, I don't want to lose, like, Gertie said, you do lose sight of yourself, and then you try to pick yourself back up, like, okay, I'm gaining too much weight, or I'm not spending enough time with myself, or I'm not doing certain things, activities that I usually do, so let me just, you got to catch yourself. So
Yeah.
I would talk to myself, because I've been doing that forever. So I would talk to myself and tell myself, hey, like,
that's normal.
you lost yourself a little bit, or you're slipping, like, you gotta do more for the kids, you gotta take them out more, you gotta, take care of yourself, you gotta make sure that you're still married, you still gotta do this, you gotta do that. So it's really just prayer. I would say God, especially, because without him I'm nothing.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say prayer helps. Having friends who will pray for you. You have to have like people around you who want to see you win, who see you falling and slipping, and they want to be there for you. So
Yeah.
I would definitely say God, yes. My family, All that, yeah.
That's good. What about you, Hadia?
See, with my situation, with like motherhood for me was really a lot for me to accept. Because I was so used to like just doing my own thing or whatever. Now I have like a little person depending on me.
Yeah.
So with me, my first step to like really finding balance was therapy. Like I literally had really bad postpartum depression. And I felt like it was affecting the way I loved my child.
Wow.
And the way I mothered my child. So I started doing therapy, which helped a lot. And one thing I can say, having a good friend circle helps even more.
Yeah.
Like Natalie.
Yes.
Natalie, let me tell you this. Where the camera at? Natalie. I remember Lauren had to be about 3 months. And I was really depressed. Like really, really depressed. Yes, I was going to therapy, but you know, it takes time. Like nothing happens overnight.
Right.
You didn't get depressed overnight. It was slowly building up, right? So I remember just having my daughter, she was 3 months old, Natalie came over. Natalie was like, "What's wrong with you?" And you know, at the time, as you go through things, you don't immediately want to tell someone what's wrong with you because one, you don't want to be judged.
Right.
Because you're not exactly sure how that person would accept you saying what you're saying. But Natalie was like that friend who actually pulled me out of my darkness. Who was like, "Listen, girl, pack the diaper bag, get your stroller, we're going to the park." So like, that's literally Natalie. And I literally, like, I remember we were having like a girl talk at my house, and I literally had to thank her for that. So when finding balance as a mother, one is literally finding that time for yourself.
Right.
Because, you know, we're always on go, mommy doing this, making sure the kid is learning, the kid is talking, making sure they're hitting all their milestones, that we're forgetting us. Again, on top of that, here I am working full time and going to school.
Yeah.
So I'm getting up by like 4 o'clock in the morning, getting her ready, getting myself ready. Then I have to drop her off. I start at 6:30. I don't get off till about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Still have to make time for her, give her you know, her dedicated time to with mommy. Then I have to make sure I clock in, get my schoolwork done. So at one point, you're always on the go, always on the go. It takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
So if you don't really step out and have that self-care moment, or just have that moment where you can just think.
Yeah.
In the shower or in the car.
Yeah.
Or the car.
Listen, the car helps. Those extra 15 minutes before you gotta go up the stairs is important.
Self-care,
But
The car.
exactly, and then like even that's true. And even honestly, like I started journaling, writing things down, like really spending time with God.
Yeah.
That's important right there. Spending time with God, having good friends. Obviously, you know, Zoe lady,
Yeah.
she's a blessing. She helped out. That's
talking.
They help, but they...
Oh, yours on top?
Mm-mm.
No. Oh, mine's go.
Natalie, no, mine's don't.
Hers different. She a
Mine's
different
the
type
only
of
child?
Zoe. I don't know where
mine's
she got her
You gotta
from, but
remember. Okay, this is
How's
why
our
I
lady
feel like
different?
my mom's a little different. My mom had 3 kids by the age of 24.
Okay.
and big.
So she been to a point where our dads passed away before
Yeah.
she remarried. So she had that
She
period
get
of
it, yeah.
where she struggled and her mom was there.
Yeah.
So I feel like with us, the way we all became mothers, if our kids, God forbid, our kids experience whatever happens in their life, we know how to give them that extra. Here's that, because either we experienced it or didn't experience it, and we know we didn't want our child to feel as if they didn't have a supportive mother.
That's good.
So that's
true.
where I feel like my mom's come in and she really supports and doesn't talk. If she talk, I don't know, maybe it's to Bahamas or Haiti. But yeah.
Okay, so you say you went to therapy because you experienced postpartum depression. What made you reach out to therapy instead of just trying to deal with it yourself and just muster up?
Okay, what really clicked for me was I remember one day Lauren was crying, and I was like, "What you crying?" She's 2 months. That's what they do.
Right.
And I was like, "This not right." Like I was getting annoyed with her crying, but I would snap out of it. There will be moments when I'm like super loving, and there's moments when I'm like, "What you crying for?"
Yeah.
So then I was like,
What I told
"Okay,
you.
stop."
If I'm good,
Leave me alone. So that's when I was like, yeah, this is not right. This is not healthy. So I just went online, you know, kind of like talked about the symptoms or whatever. Even though I had people around me to help me, it was not right.
It's
like
a
I felt like
shift.
we weren't bonding right.
Yeah.
So I just went to therapy. I literally just looked it up, called insurance companies, see what providers I should go to that's within network, and I just took it. I just went to therapy.
That's great.
Took her right along with me.
I didn't do that.
I didn't either.
I took her right along with me.
The hard way.
Because let me tell you, I remember when I had my first child, Abby, she's 6 now. I was 21 at the time. I was still living at home. It was out of wedlock, but we're trying to be together and make it work. And she was, or let me backtrack. My mom took like 2 weeks off of work to help me. And when she went back to work, I remember Abby just kept crying. She just kept crying. And I started to have this thought of, I hate to say it now, just choke her. Because it's like, why are you crying? Why are you crying? I just checked your diaper. I just fed you. I checked everything. Why are you crying? I just had this thought of just choke her. Just shut her up. And then it goes back to what you said, just God. And for me, I didn't know nothing about therapy at 21, to be honest with you. That was never discussed in my house. That was never discussed with the people that I used to hang around with. So I never thought, oh, just seek therapy. Because I do believe that I did go through postpartum depression with my first child. But I was just like, okay, just get these thoughts out of your head, Linda. Don't tell nobody so they don't think you're crazy. You're just trying to kill your baby. That's true. But that's so good that you just took it upon yourself to be like, you know what? I think I have a problem. Let me go to therapy. And I was telling myself the other day that I really didn't become a mom until my second child.
Me too.
Because with the first one, I had my mom. I was living at home. She pretty much helped me with everything. When I had to go to work, she would get off work at 4. I go to work at 4. And I had so much help. Versus this time around with the second and third child, I'm married this time around. I'm living by myself with my husband. So it's like getting up late in the middle of the night when they're crying. My mom did all that with Abby. So I never knew what it really was to be a mom until my second child. And it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Sometimes I just got to get out the house.
Oh,
I just got to go and just fill myself up before I come back. Because I don't know if it's like that with you guys. But if my mood is down, then everyone in the house is down. Yeah. So I got to make sure that I'm always filled in order to make sure that the house and everybody around the house is okay. So that self-care as a mom is so important. No matter how people look at it as like you're neglecting your child or you're always doing this, whatever works for you as self-care, do it. So if you were sitting next to yourself the day that you found out that you were going to be a mom, what would you tell yourself?
I would have told myself that I'm about to be the best mom in the world. Because I feel like I am. Because I put my daughter first. Like, I don't know. Whatever I'm doing, I base it around her schedule. Like, on the weekends, I make sure that, okay, I'm taking her here. She's about to spend time with this person. And then I get to do what I want to do. Because I want to have this bond with her where she feel like she come talk to me about everything. But at the same time, I want her to know, okay, she's a mother before my best friend. I don't want her to ever think like she about to go on the streets and do whatever she want to do and I'm going to be all right with it. No. Because at the end of the day, I'm your mother before your friend. But I do want to have that friendship with her.
That's good.
But I would have told myself, girl, you about to be all right. Don't pee no more.
What would you tell yourself, Gerthy?
Just about the same thing. Like, girl, you gonna be the best mother that these kids could ever have. Because one thing about it, 2 things for sure. These kids come first.
Always and forever.
First, they come first. I find my way to, make it work. No matter, I'm talking about things that seem impossible. I make it shake.
That's what women do.
Yes.
Right.
We're superhuman.
Yes.
You know? We do
like,
that.
Girl, put your cape on because it's gonna be,
Yeah. What about you, JoJo? What would you tell yourself, 21, in the bathroom stall?
21. At CVS.
Not any bathroom stall. CVS.
I would just say proceed with love. Like, whatever it is that you're going to do, you're going to need love. You have to love. That's what I love myself.
Yeah.
And you're going to be a great mom,
Mm-hmm. You think you got it?
I would tell myself, dry them tears. You got this, girl. You got this.
That's my favorite thing.
Like, you got this. That's honestly what I would tell myself. Like, you got this. She is loved. She's wanted.
Right.
And she's here for a reason.
Period.
That part.
Okay, so last question.
What would you tell yourself?
Yeah,
what would you tell yourself, Linda?
Yeah.
I think the same thing. You got this. Just focus on her. Nothing else around you, no one else around you. Focus on her. As long as you focus on her, everything will be okay.
Everything will fall in place.
Yeah, and everything will fall in place. That's it. And everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
What has your child or children taught you?
My daughter has taught me that I am stronger than what I think I am, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. After I had her, I think I was in depression for 2 years.
Wow.
Sounds about right.
Nobody knew.
Wow. So how do you deal with depression for 2 years by yourself? For 2 years.
I mean, this is where the emotions start running. But Christine was in Texas at the time.
Take your time.
It's okay. Let it out.
Yeah.
It's
for
already
real.
She likes to be strong. It's okay.
I ain't trying to mess it up.
It's okay.
From the time I found out I was pregnant, I was depressed. From my dad's reaction to my pregnancy to just the whole thing was just depressing.
Yeah.
But at the time, Christine was all the way in Texas, so I used to call her like 4 o'clock in the morning. She used to always pick up. She used to be like, "Sis, you're gonna be all right." You know, she just used to give me words of encouragement, but I don't feel like that was enough for me. But I don't know. I overcame it after I had her. But you know what? Through my depression, I never thought about harming her.
Wow.
I used to always want to harm her daddy.
I
That's
get
where
it.
the problem came in.
I get it.
Get that on camera.
It was never her. It was her dad.
I get it.
I never wanted to harm my daughter. I used to always, that nigga gotta go. That was it.
Yeah.
But prayer, just, I don't know. I just had to. She taught me how to really be strong emotionally and spiritually. After I had her, I prayed just randomly.
Yeah.
It'll be, I pray at 2 o'clock, 2:01, 2:02.
Yeah.
I'm just praying because I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to do this. All I know is I got to raise this girl and I got to make her a better version of me.
Yes.
And I got to make sure I become this woman that I would want her to look up to.
Yeah, man.
So it was just, I don't know. But she has made me strong. Okay?
She has, you guys.
She has made
That's
me.
beautiful.
And she humbled me a lot. Because I used to.
Yes.
I knew that, Natalie.
My mouth don't go like that no more. But it can.
Right.
If they try me.
It still do.
But she has humbled me a lot.
But it hit different.
Yeah.
It do hit
Yeah.
We
different.
really do.
I'll say that much. But she doesn't know it yet, but she has a major impact in my life. And I appreciate her for that.
Yeah.
I tell her thank you all the time. She don't know what I'm thanking her for, but I thank her.
Okay, mommy.
I thank her.
All right. What has your children taught you?
How to be patient.
Yeah, I would say the
That's
same thing
that's
too.
a very, very big one for me because I like things done fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I like everything to be in order. It's just always been me. So, sometimes I'm ready to go and I say that I'm going to be there at 2 o'clock, but I get there at 4. So it's like, people be like, "Oh, you're always late." No, I got to get myself ready. I got to get my kids ready. So I would definitely say they taught me how to love. They taught me patience and to be more kind. I mean, I've always been kind, but
Yeah.
they taught me how to be more kind towards other children, like to be more patient with other parents who have kids as well. Because, sometimes single people without kids don't understand how it is to have kids. So it's like, my patience is definitely skyrocketing.
Higher, yeah.
But like JoJo said, patience, they know how to touch your patience. Ooh. But they definitely it is. I can say patience and of course strength, because I question myself a lot.
Yeah.
Or I've always had that issue or whatever, where I'm like, dang, do I think I'll be able to get through this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And somehow I always get through. So my kids, they taught me that for sure.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so patient with them.
No, seriously.
That's what I don't understand. These kids, they
They
jumping
work
all
it.
over the couch. flipping, doing this, doing that.
No, it's when you clean the whole house
And
and then they dirty it right back.
right
same
back.
day.
And then they look at you like, especially my youngest one now. He's like, what you gonna do about it?
Mine is the oldest. It's Kylie. She feel like she run this, you know,
Yeah.
and she could do whatever she want. No.
For me, that's Elijah, the youngest one. He does things he don't even know he doing it wrong, or sometimes I feel like he know, but we ain't gonna go that far. But he look at me after that and he's like, so what you gonna do about it? You love me, you ain't gonna do nothing. Listen.
They know when you have that
Yeah.
soft spot. That soft spot.
They do for real.
I felt like I want to shape my kids. Like, I've had those moments where I just want to, like, tear their behind up just because they're crying. You know what I mean? But God first.
That love overpowers it.
Y'all know exactly where I'm
Woo! That was me today, boy.
What about you, Claudia? What your daughter taught you?
My daughter taught me love. Like, she taught me love. Like, love.
Yeah.
It's something about, you know, even if you tell them no, even if they cry, even if you just give them a tap, they always come back and love you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no matter what. She taught me love. Like, literally, like, she gave me love when I thought no one loved me. She taught me patience. They'll tell you, listen, I like things done yesterday.
What did your daughters teach you?
For me, for Abby, it's unconditional love. Because if any of you guys ever met Abby, she is so loving.
So sweet. She's
so
so sweet.
loving. And I look at her and I'm like, that's the reflection of love. She's so forgiving. She doesn't hold anything in her heart. I don't tap Abby, I whoop Abby. So when she comes back to me, it's like, why you not mad at me? You know, why you not, she's sick, so she can. So why you not in a corner like, Mommy, I'm mad at you, I'm not talking to you. And she's taught me communication too, because I'll do something to her and she'll be like, Mommy, you hurt my feelings.
Yes.
Or I didn't like how you talked to me. Why do you have to yell at me when you talk to me? So she's teaching me a lot of things. She's teaching me how to really be an adult, you know, how to communicate effectively, how to forgive. My second daughter taught me that, because same thing with her. I'll whoop her and her dad will be sitting right there. She don't go to her dad. She just come right back to the person that whoop her.
Yeah.
You're so on.
Yeah. So I'm like, look at this. This is
love.
That's unconditional love.
The definition of
The
unconditional
same love that God has with us, because we'll do whatever to Him.
Yes.
He'll stay
Say
right
that
there.
louder.
Yeah. So that's
Say
that unconditional love that my
Yes,
kids have
I
taught me,
agree.
for real. What would you say to any young mother that you think is going through, or that thinks that she's not good enough to be a mom, or she can't handle this, probably a single mom or probably a transitioning mom? What would your advice be?
Honestly, I don't feel like nobody's ever prepared for parenthood.
Yeah.
I don't care how you planned it out to be.
Yeah.
It's not going to be what you expected it to be. You can, God forbid, have a child with a disorder. You don't know what your baby's going to come out
true.
to be.
Yeah.
I don't think we're ever ready. Your best bet is to just get ready. Like,
Yeah.
just go with
One
the flow.
day at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got questions, reach out to somebody. If you look on YouTube. They got books. There's
Especially
plenty
now,
resources out there to help you.
Yeah.
And during your pregnancy, you might lose yourself. After your pregnancy, you will lose yourself. I lost myself. It probably
neck got
took
black.
me. Mine's got black too.
It took about 2 years.
Are you serious?
I did too.
Listen.
No, my neck was black, girl. My foundation was No, I don't know where like little turtleneck like this here. Neck black. Your neck right here. Belle couleur brown. Quoi même? Noir.
Stop. Okay. You will lose yourself after birth, but it takes time to get yourself back. It probably took me a good 2 years to get back into me, like to really start doing what Natalie wants to do.
Yeah.
It took me about the same.
And to me, I would say I'm gonna speak for the single moms. 'Cause I'm a single mom.
I'm a single mama.
Yeah, we some single moms. Her Instagram is naturally.
My business stepdaddy no me.
No, but I'm gonna speak for the single moms. Do not be embarrassed. Do not be ashamed. It's okay, girl. We all had a dream child. I thought I was gonna be sitting here with
Right.
Girl, I thought I was gonna have a nice ring with the house.
But
Okay.
you know what? Hey, didn't happen. Not saying it's not gonna happen. It's gonna happen
In
You're
the
going to
name of
manifest
Jesus,
that.
for real.
But do not be embarrassed. Accept it. Deal with it. Process it. Honestly, take it one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Because, trying to worry about, hey, my friend has a baby daddy that helps, husband that helps, I don't have that. It'll start getting you down.
That comparison, yeah.
That comparison. Do not compare yourself to another mom.
Yeah.
Don't compare your kids
on
neither.
Your situation.
Never.
Focus on what's in front of you. You might not. Don't focus about tomorrow. Focus on today.
Today,
so
yeah.
you get through today. And any single mom, young mom, moms in general, literally focus on God. God will literally take you on to the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day.
Yeah.
Focus on God. If you got to wake up a little earlier before the child wake up to get your little 15 minutes of prayer, I'm telling you, when I tell you, it changes your day.
Yes.
You go from being stressed to blessed, honey. Yes. I'm telling you. That 15 minutes of prayer when you're feeling overwhelmed or you're like, oh my God, a baby crying, what can I do? I have to do this, I have to study, I have to go to work. Take that little 15 minutes. I don't care if you have to lay yourself on the ground, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Lay. Mm-hmm. Lay, honey. Lay. And pray. Pray. Listen, lay and pray. When I tell you prayer changes things.
It does.
It do.
It changes your heart.
Yeah.
Whatever situation you think that is going to take over your life, that your life is over, hey, you're doing this by yourself, it's okay, honey. Look at me. Just graduated. Didn't have a real graduation because of COVID. But I made it. I did it.
Come on.
Oh, you
yeah.
had graduation sis. You had graduation.
Don't knock the
I
graduation.
had
Don't play.
graduation.
Don't play with us.
But there's nothing that God cannot do.
Yeah.
And it's
Amen.
timing. Your time will come, sis. Your time will come. But I would say just focus on the Lord.
Yeah.
If you invite the Lord into any situation you're getting yourself into, anything, I'm telling you, God will move, honey. Keep that bitch got vibe.
Yep.
Let me intervene.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm all about the Lord. I'm Christian. But last year, I was in the darkest place of my life. I withdraw from friends. I didn't go to church for 2 months. And I was praying by myself. My mentor was reaching out to me. I was ignoring her. I was praying. It made me, that part of my depression put me in a dark place, but it also made me rely on myself more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it made me, stop always calling Christine when you need help. Like, it just made me, rely on me. So, I'm not going to say I didn't rely on God, because I did pray, but it just made me hey, you got this.
Yeah.
You can do this by yourself. You don't always have to call Christine for help. Mm-hmm. So, I got out probably, late February. I was out of my dark place. Nobody knew. Because it wasn't just, I felt like I put myself in that situation, so I had to crawl myself out of there. And when I did get out, well, I'm back now, but when I got out, I was back to normal. Mm-hmm. Nothing ever happened. And when the girls was like, hey, where have you been? I was just I've just been working on myself, getting stuff together.
Just covering it
yeah,
up. Yeah,
just been, doing me or whatever. They was like, okay, girl, yes, whatever. I'm like, yeah. Meanwhile, I was back here in a hole, crying my eyes out every day, just praying and crying for the whole ending of 2019. Walked into 2020 thinking that I was about to be this new person, but I was still in depression. So it's okay to be depressed. It's okay to cry. It's okay to talk to yourself. Yeah. You just got to make sure that you got a strong support system or have, you know what it really is? You feel like you can't talk to certain people because they're going to bring your business back to so-and-so, and then you're going to have to hear about it from somebody else. So it's who do you talk to? Who can you talk to? You can't trust nobody because you feel like, okay, she finna go tell her, and then she finna go tell her, and then she finna go tell her, and then next thing you know, I'm hearing my business from her. Mm-hmm. Why does that make sense? So sometimes it's okay to just keep stuff to yourself, heal. Healing is a long process, but you're going to get through it. If you got to heal by yourself, heal by yourself. If you got to heal with a friend, heal with a friend. If you got to heal with God, just stay in prayer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you got to pray breakfast, lunch, dinner, supper, snack, whatever, you pray in between every meal that you got to. Because I did. I prayed when I couldn't even pray. I prayed when I didn't even know what to say anymore. Mm-hmm. Yeah. To the point where I was just crying, and I was in prayer mode, but I couldn't say nothing. But now I'm here.
Yeah.
Not to whatever, but not to drag this.
No,
but,
go ahead.
I've been where Natalie has been, and I remember last year it was so bad that I got a life coach, and I was able to talk some of that stuff that I needed to get out, and just release it with her, and that was like a really, really big help. And a lot of people didn't know that I got a life coach. I think I told probably like 2 people. I wouldn't even discuss it with my husband because I just felt like, why do you need a life coach? It was kind of embarrassing at the time, but I would say to upcoming mothers, like, get your resources.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to talk to people because, yes, being in a dark place is like, I got myself, I'm going to be I'm just going to hold it down or whatever, but you need people. And I feel where Natalie coming from where, you can't talk to certain people because other people are going to expose you and talk about you, and you don't want that.
Yeah.
You want to be able to feel like the conversation is safe, and I felt like having a life coach that nobody knew was good for me because I was able to expose myself to her. Like, my deepest, the things that, were really bothering me and clouding me, I was able to write down and just release that. So I would say for upcoming moms or moms who are in stress and stuff like that, reach out to people.
Therapy.
Yeah.
Therapy is good. Life coaches are good. Like, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid. If you're afraid to talk to somebody, that's not your friend.
That's true.
That's true.
I'm
That's
sorry.
really good. That's
not your
true.
friend.
Yeah.
And you have to realize that, we're getting older. You have children. You want to make
You're
sure
the best
that
version of you.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you just want to make sure that you have everything that you need to make sure that they have everything that they need. So.
Yeah.
And piggybacking off of that, with being the best version of you, we need to be. The reason why I sought that therapy was I need to be able to process certain things. So I feel like at times we all slowly become our parents. So how they deal with certain situations, we tend to do the same.
Yes.
So I felt like I don't want to. Cause my mom, she's a loud talker. She's a yeller basically.
Same.
She'll yell about everything. That's
me.
I get that, but I feel like therapy helped me process certain things.
Yeah.
So then when, let's say Lauren is going through whatever it is, she's like, okay, I see my mom process such and such, tragedy
Like
or
that,
whatever this way. Okay, so maybe I try processing or looking at it in this point of view instead of that point of view. So that's, to me, what therapy helped me with processing my life.
That's good.
Like,
That's
I literally,
really
I didn't think about that.
That's
to
really
me,
good.
I felt like pregnancy robbed me of my life.
I felt the same way too.
Like, I had to mourn my
Your life.
And I had to accept.
No, seriously?
No, like, I'm so sick. I had a funeral for
It's
my
not.
life.
It's because she said mourn my life. Like, it's over. It's not over.
But you feel like that, yeah.
Once you become a mom, you're rebirthed.
That's
you're
true.
a different person.
Yes,
Come
I
on.
agree.
Yes.
I'm not that Claudia,
I agree.
living in Orlando, carefree, living her,
Drinking Hennessy shots every
not
night.
Not the best life, because I am living my best life.
Come on.
But I'm rebirthed. I'm not the same person. No, seriously. I am not the same person anymore.
No, for real.
You will never be the same. You are changed. The minute you enter that hospital, you hold that little person, you exit, honey, you are not the same anymore.
That person is gone.
Some people stay the same. Some people.
I am not the same anymore.
Right.
I've been delivered.
That mindset is different.
Listen,
It
it's
is.
different. Like you go in thinking of yourself. You come out like, listen, we gotta make this hit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
We gotta make this. Something has to change.
Yeah. To piggyback off what Natalie said, I feel like when you're used to being the strong person, people always seeing you strong. When you're dealing with depression and you're having these thoughts that aren't you tend to keep it inside. But what I would say is find a mom that you trust. Talk to that mom. First and foremost, have a relationship with God. Because I remember yesterday, Abby was talking to me, and it was just an overwhelming day. My husband was out, and then the newborn, and then the 2-year-old, and Abby is over here in my ear. And I just feel myself like, and I screamed at her. I was like, Abby, you need to just give me a second.
Yeah.
And she just started crying. She
sad.
walked away, and I was like, no, Linda, you can't be taking this out on her. You can't be taking this out on her. And I was just like, God, just clear my mind right now. Clear my mind right now. Clear my mind right now. You gave me these kids for a reason because I could handle it. And it just honestly did so much for me, that little 2 sentence right there. So I would say just having a relationship with God, having women and mothers that you trust, that you can talk to, and just being really spiritually grounded does so much. And when they say it takes a village to raise children, I never knew what that meant until I became a mother. Because listen, I have moms where I'm just like, I'll reach out and I'm like, is this normal? Because I feel like I'm doing this. Or
I'll be like, come get her. Come get her.
Yeah.
Like,
and you have to sometimes.
I don't think I could do this.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I love them because they're like older than I am. So it's just like, they have each other. So they have kids, they have each other. I don't have like a sister or, like that. So it's just like, my friends, they don't really have kids. I have Natalie, of course.
Right.
But it's like, our relationship is like.
I was about to say, what am I, chopped liver?
No, we're cool, but it's just like,
I know what you mean, yeah.
So.
That's good.
So I'm chopped liver.
You're not chopped liver. What I mean to say is like, okay, you have a sister. You have Ashley. So you guys have that connection. You have someone to bring your kids to. I don't have. My cousins were that for me.
I think what this conversation proves is that they always portray mothers to be like the strong ones and have all the answers and have it all together, but sometimes we don't. Sometimes we're weak.
But we get up.
We don't have the answers. We need to call. We need to back up, reroute, get it together, and it's normal. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll go ahead and add each of the Instagrams. If you love them, you want to follow them, get to know them, DM them if you want to talk to them, ask questions. This is a village.